played in the game in almost a year. How's it feel to be medically cleared after the hurdles you got?
It feels good. I mean, it's been a long journey, tough process, but I'm excited just to be in the position I'm in right now. So, yeah, I feel good.
Well, what's this ramp-up process been like for you?
Like I said, it's been a process, but I mean, credit to the staff, the guys, everybody in the organization for being patient and allowing me to heal and go through this full recovery process. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place now.
Mentally, what do you think has been the most challenging part of your return, and what are you most how are you feeling going into it, actually playing in the first game? What's one of your reservations or anything?
I feel good. I mean, just being able to get out there and run and play basketball and feel healthy, being able to do movements and trying to get back to how I was prior to the injury. So,
do you feel any restrictions from the ramp-up process at all?
No. Like I said, it's still day to day. We progress in the right direction. Obviously, I'm available for Saturday, so that's a trend in the right direction. So,
I think it was before the season, Rob at one point had said something along the lines of we hope Jared can be back on opening night. Obviously, that didn't happen. What were kind of the, I don't know if hiccups is the right word, or hurdles that were in the way to get you, from surgery this summer to today?
I wouldn't say it was hiccups. It was just part of the process. We had a plan in place, and it wasn't more so timetable based. It was more so about measurement based. Like, what can I do if I pass this? And we kind of keep progressing. So, honestly, I wouldn't say it was hiccup. It wasn't really as much of a timetable. It was just what I could do and keep advancing in progression.
You were on a really good stretch last season prior to the injury. Kind of what was the immediate aftermath like for you? Getting hurt in that Boston game, the team's already missing AD and LeBron. You were really impactful in the first half. They go on and win it, and now, did you have any sense in that moment that it could be almost a year before you got to play in another game?
No, not at that moment. Obviously, it was tough. I feel like I was playing, just now finding my rhythm at that time and playing some of my best basketball, so it was tough at the time. I did not know. Obviously, we elected to not go the route of getting it repaired, and then I did. So once you factor those in, then I kind of realized the timetable that it would kind of be. So, yeah.
Watching from the sidelines, how do you feel like you could help this team?
Just going out there, playing hard, playing tough, being physical, being aggressive, being vocal out there, whether it's rebounding, defending, connective passing, whatever the case may be. Just going out there and doing my part and doing whatever I could do to help the team win.
Mentally, what was it like for you the first time you were able to run up and down with warm bodies? You know what I mean? And play full contact basketball. What was that like?
It was great. Just to be back in my habitat of being able to run up and down the court, fly around, and be me. But yeah, it was great to. I had been working out a lot, so it was great to finally match up against other NBA guys, or even in some cases South Bay guys. So it was great.
Is there a certain amount of nervousness that you have?
Not really. I mean, obviously, it's been a while since I played, so I think those natural nerves. But other than that, I'm excited. I think this is an exciting period. This whole process hasn't been exciting, so this is an exciting period for me. So, yeah.
Was the goal of recovery to get? Before you start playing, was it to get to 100%? I'm just curious as to what the goal was in terms of recovery, and sort of how that played into the patience required to get to today.
Like I said, it wasn't necessarily being 100%. It was about passing certain tests. We had a plan in place. If I pass this, then we move on to this, we move on to that. So,
doing stuff pain-free, is that what you're talking about, or
pain-free, or being able to do a certain movement, a certain cut, and just being able to run up and down, or just certain drills and conditioning and stuff like that I had to pass in order to keep progressing. So I think that was more the main thing than as far as trying to be 100%.
You mentioned there weren't many hiccups, but the team did say that you started having swelling in your left knee. I think it was early December. Just something specific happened. It was a reaction to a workout. That's what went into that. And I guess how did it feel to have that pop up when it did?
It was normal. Honestly, when you haven't played in a while, I think when you just normal ramping up activities. To me, it wasn't nothing crazy. to them as well. It was just, when you haven't ran in a certain amount of months, it's starting to run a little bit, and we was increasing intensity and conditioning and stuff like that. So it wasn't really much.
You mentioned this being based off of measurement, not so much time frame, but I imagine this went on long. I mean, kind of answered earlier, longer than you expected. From a patient standpoint, how did that feel for you? Just in terms of, I guess, being tested in that way.
I mean, I wouldn't say it went on longer than I thought. Like, obviously, it was based off of the measurements, and also it was a collaboration between us two as well, between me, the staff, and everybody, to where I could feel comfortable, me personally, and also for them passing the eye test as well as the measurements. So it was a lot of different factors and variables that kind of played a part.
At the midway.
JJ said earlier in the season that he has a Vando package defensively, and he didn't tell us what that is, but he kind of hinted at just the different ways he could use you defensively. I guess, can you share what that is, or what have the conversations been like in terms of your defensive role? How he plans to use you?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, obviously, my main goal is to even get out there and just be able to play, and then we'll figure out the rest once that happens. But I'm just excited to be out there.
At the midway point in the season, obviously you've been able to see a lot of the sample size of what this team is at this current point. What do you think are the biggest holes or challenges that will get you guys to a consistent space as you move on?
I would say just being consistent. Like, it's times where we play great brand of basketball on both ends, and it's sometimes that we kind of steer away from that. So I say just being a consistent team, because that's what championship contenders are. They're consistent for all 48. Just playing that same way, playing with that same intensity. So I think that's our biggest thing. We're more than capable, and in my opinion, I think we have enough on both ends to compete at a high level. So just being consistent.
When you came back last year after missing the first 20 games, you told us that you were pushing yourself because you wanted to help the team win a championship. Do you still view this team the same way? They're 6th in the West, halfway through the year. Do you think your presence can help this group become a championship contender, a true one?
For sure, I think we are. Like you said, we're 6th in the West. Battling all we went through this season, and like, that's still a great place, midway through the season. So, like I said, once we start connecting on both ends for 48 minutes, the sky's the limit for this team, and I got full belief.
Thanks, Randall.
Thank you.
See you, man. Welcome back.